It was just a really good job by Patrick Wicklander giving us 6 innings tonight. They scored in the second on us, and he got out of a jam in the third, had a chance to give up another run at least. I think they had runners second, third, and 1 out. I think he got a pop up and maybe a strikeout. I think that's the way it went. Maybe wrong, but we got out of a jam, and then we came in and scored some runs and, put a couple of big swings. Roberts' 2-run homer, and Opit's got a base hit. We stole a base, and then I think, seemed like somebody Battles hit a double. That was big. All of a sudden we're up 3-1, and then it looked like they were going to get out of a jam there in the third, and we had the bases loaded. I think 1, maybe no outs. I don't remember exactly, but they were right there to get out of it. And then Smith, put the big swing on it and hit a ball that got out. And the ball was jumping tonight at the ballpark, big time. Light wind blowing across, but it almost played like the wind was blowing out. And we were very fortunate. We got some balls up and hit them out of the park. We took advantages, obviously a lot of walks and different things. I think that NC State, when they pulled Johnson, they went with some guys that weren't as experienced when we got up 7-1. And, I don't blame them a bit. Sometimes you just have to let it go. And that's what they did.
All right. Let me know if you've got questions in the chat. Nate, get us started.
Yes, Dave, just as far as tomorrow, do you go with Lockhart, or have you made that decision?
Yeah, we'll go with Lockhart.
And as far as just Wicklander's stuff today, because early it looked like first inning or two, you fell up behind some hitters and stuff. Where do you feel he kind of got it together?
I think when he got out of that jam, maybe his confidence jumped, and he got it together and gave us 3 or 4 more innings and started working ahead of hitters and started flipping some curveballs up there and a couple of change-ups and got some pop-ups, fly balls, and some quicker innings, because that first inning he threw a lot of pitches, and you're thinking, man, he's not going to be able to give us 3 or 4 innings even if he turns it around because of his pitch count. But he went out and had a couple of good innings. One for sure, we had 3 less than 10 pitches. So I really think about the third innings when he kind of flipped the switch.
Thank you.
Hutch.
Yeah, Dave, how big was it to not have to use Kevin tonight, especially after throwing 90 on Monday?
Well, I think it's big. I guess we'll find out. It's hard to say. It's good to give him another day's rest, though. And obviously he was available, and if we felt like we needed him to win game 1, we would have used him. But fortunately, we scored enough runs where we didn't need to.
And Toll kind of struggled for the first time his last time out, but looked pretty good today. How did you like the way he bounced back?
I thought he did a really nice job tonight. He came in, and he did go full count on a couple of hitters and he ended up getting the strikeout. I think he fell behind both of those hitters like 2-0 and got him. But other than that, he was ahead in the count, throwing strikes, threw his fastball knee-high away, 90, 91, 92 miles an hour. And slider, threw a couple of change-ups to lefties. It was good to see. We could have sent him back out for the 9th, but we thought we might need him again, so we didn't want to. We didn't want to run his count up too much.
Tom.
Dave, this is the highest scoring postseason game ever for Arkansas. You might remember the 1985 game, 20-13 against Eastern Kentucky. Just what did it feel like to really kind of blow one up like this?
Well, we played so many tight games in the tournament, the SEC tournament, and then also the regional. It was different. Obviously, it was nice to win one and kind of know in the middle of the game that if we just held it together a little bit, we were going to win it, because we've had some really tight ones and pins and needles basically, and gave us a chance to play a couple different guys and rest some guys for a few innings, but. It just wasn't expected, so that's what made it. It was a little bit different, obviously.
Yeah, 50 wins a big milestone. This is your first 50-win season here. Your thoughts there?
Yeah, I really hadn't thought about it till you just brought it up. 50 is a big number. We've won a lot of games, and we still have work to do. We're not going to get all carried away about it. It'll be something we'll probably talk about when the season's over, but we got to keep winning.
Clay.
Coach, you sat down Christian tonight, and how is he, and what do you look for the rest of the weekend with him?
Well, he has strep throat, and he doesn't feel good. So we talked. We texted this morning again. I texted with him last night. Told him to come by the office, and he couldn't talk me into playing him. He didn't try to talk me into playing him because he didn't feel very good. And so kind of what we agreed on was that we didn't want him to start and then not feel good in the third or fourth inning with the heat and everything, and I pull him. I said, I'd rather have you go in the fourth, fifth, sixth inning. Maybe you could at least play some defense if you felt like it. Obviously, we didn't need him tonight. So I don't know if I'll start him tomorrow. We'll just see how it goes. I would say as of right now, I won't start him tomorrow.
And Coach, what does that say about your depth that y'all just rolled, and you have all year?
Yeah, I mean, we just say next man up. We feel like we got some good players over there waiting to play, and like I said, the team likes each other a lot, and they help each other out. Man, they pull for each other, and it's just kind of what we've been doing all year. It didn't surprise me a bit that somebody stepped it up, and it was a couple of guys that were starters, and Webb played a solid center field. He's a good outfielder. Had some good at bats too. 7-8 pitch at bats, didn't have much show for it. One base on ball, but he did see a lot of pitches. So it was a good team effort.
And last question: opposite field home runs. Charlie had one. I think Robert Moore had one. Just what do you see with the approach your guys are taking?
Well, the approach, off of tonight's starter Johnson, we were trying to stay through the middle away. We call it power oppo, and it worked a little bit. I don't think he had the command he maybe normally has, and we hit some balls to the pull side, but there's a lot of drill work, staying inside the baseball and going the other way, and our guys did a great job with it tonight. It's good to see. I didn't expect the balls to carry out of the park like that, but we did hit some balls hard the opposite field.
Thank you.
All right, let me know if you've got more questions in the chat. Hutch.
I just have one more, Dave. I noticed Caleb Bolden wasn't on the roster for this weekend. What's his status?
Yeah, a little soreness. So we said if he's not ready to go, we'll we put Zeb back on. We were going to use him tonight, but league got bigger, so we thought we'd save him. If Bolden was good to go, we might have taken somebody else off the roster. Maybe I won't get into it. We'll have to deal with that in the future. But he had some soreness, so I guess he had some soreness last Friday, and maybe should have told us about it.